YB stays on your neck.
It's on my neck.
Yo, my dance, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and obviously hit the bell for notifications. So this right here is part 2 of the Deontay Wilder and Riyad Mahrez's wife situation. For those man who haven't watched part 1 already, I suggest you watch it. I'll give you a quick brief summary right now though. Essentially, Deontay Wilder pulled up to a celebrity club uninvited, because obviously he's not a celebrity, and he started begging it with Riyad Mahrez's wife. By the way, Riyad Mahrez is a Manchester City player, so he's one of them. It's kind of one of them wag situations. Now, we just finished talking about, this is one of Riyad Mahrez's friends who commented on the situation. He said the following. So of course, word soon got back to Riyad about what had happened. He knew about it early by the next morning. Riyad was shocked and a bit upset about it. He couldn't get his head around what was going on. Now, the article goes on to say this. What man would not be upset at the thought of their beautiful wife being chatted up by one of the baddest men on the planet? Rita, who married Mahrez, so Rita's the woman in question, at 28, in a ceremony in August 2015, is said to have met Wilder at the nightclub on Friday, August 23rd. August 23rd? This is damn near a year ago, isn't it? This is like 3 months ago. Hella late news. Bet this is dead. This article's dead. Anyway, I'll carry on since we've got this far now. Essentially, so I feel bad for Mahrez. Mahrez, listen, yeah, if your woman gets drew by the heavyweight world champ, but you still got to put it on him. Simple as that. You can't be taking them kind of L's. You got to tuck your chin down and just put a big one over. That's what I'll be doing. Because it's not like Wilder's got some great head movement. Tuck your chin down and just put one in. That's what you got to do. I'm sorry. If any man tries to draw your gal, well, you've got to put a big overhand over. That's the least you can do. Yeah, you've got to. What are you going to do? Stand there and say, oh, it's okay. Keep chatting to her. I didn't really see it anyway. That's moist. Yeah, tuck your chin in. Give it a big one. That's all you can do, boss man. You never know. We know Wilder ain't got the most integral chin. Yeah, don't take much. Trust me, I've seen 200-pounders knock Wilder spark out. We know his genetic code is flawed. We've seen his brother Marcellus Wilder sparkoed, literally sparkoed. So we know his genetic line is weak around the whiskers. Genetics don't like apples don't fall far from trees. Genetics don't fall far from trees here. His brother shows you everything you need to know. If I was going in there with anyone, if anyone ever goes in there with Wilder, I'd just show them the pic of his brother. That tells me, you know what I mean? Your brother is your mum and your dad. That's exactly the same gene code you've been passed on to. We know Wilder can't take a big shot. So Mahrez, I suggest you pull up to Wilder. The best thing to do is actually, remember years ago, my friend was in a street squabble, and he had some sick strategy. He kept he kept holding his hand out and saying, I'm sorry. And then when the guy came to shake his hand, he put a big overhand right over the top and bowled him. He done it about 3 times in a row, no word of a lie. It was mental. I think the Don must have been half dazed. That's why he kept doing it. But he kept saying, no, stop. And every time the other man went to come to reconcile, he just bomb over another right hand straight over. That there is what you call this dude who did, one of my Dons who did it. He's skilled in street fighting. He's been a fighter. He'd always been fighting, and he knew how to work his way around a street fight. Yeah, he knew how to exploit people's vulnerabilities. Because most people, unless you're completely ruthless, most people when they see someone saying no more, they kind of just, it lets you put your guard down. But my man, he took advantage of that. Nah, no more. As soon as my man comes into range, bombed over in a big right hand. There's nothing you can do but respect that kind of game, especially when he pulled it off 3 times. Big bombs as well. Anyway, let's get to the rest of this article. It says here, sources said Riyad, part of the Leicester team. Well, you know what, this article's talking too much about boxing. I'm going to cut to the chase. That's the problem with these news articles, you know. Because they want to fill it with ads, they spend a lot of time just putting in dead filler. Oh yes, well Mahrez back in 14 BC was also on the Leicester team. I don't want to know about that. Talk about the title of the article, you muppets. Anyway, this next part's titled Swapped Numbers. Wow, this is peak. After his weekend in Manchester, so after Wilder's weekend in Manchester, Wilder travelled to Brum as part of a mini UK tour that also saw him visit Batley, West Yorks. Wilder, who is 6'7", was spotted in a restaurant chain among a party of 6 who ordered £30 of burgers, chips, pizzas and drinks. That's tight, man. 6 man, and you only spent £30. You man are tight out here. Wilder's team's living on a budget, man. Jeez. The boxer from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. These man can't even swear. The boxer from Tuscaloosa. Yeah, that's right. You are a Tuscaloosa. Are you from Wilder? Are you a Tuscaloosa? Never mind a Tuscaloosan. You're a Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Is a dad of 8 who is engaged to US model. US model. Oh, bet. You mean US B-level ting. Yeah? US wannabe model ting. US IG model. Yeah, that's what she is, about model. She ain't no model in her own right. She's a model because she's attached to a C-level celebrity. One of them ones there. Name me a man you know who's a C-level celebrity whose wife isn't a model. They're all models because that's all they do. Once you've got a bit of clout, everyone's a model. Because the minute you can start selling ads on IG, that's the minute you're a model. Oh, here we go. It then goes on to say, nah, you know what? This is mad, bruv. I hate to have mugged you man off, but essentially, I've done a part 2, and there's actually nothing more in the part 2. This is peak. The whole article's talking about their dead-ass relationship. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to put in the rest of the article. All they're talking about is the relationship. They've strung me along nicely here, you know. When I ended part 1, I thought there was a whole load of banger to come. All I saw was this title called Swap Numbers, in thinking that they meant Wilder swap numbers. The whole time, they end up talking about how Mahrez and her husband swap numbers. This is dead. Proper dead article, man. How are you going to string man along like that? Dead ass article. Either way, Wilder caught slipping on this one. Wilder's name is Mr. L. He loves to take a good old L, does Wilder. Yeah? And one thing for sure, Wilder don't got no game. Not even a bit of game. If he had game, yeah, he'd have rocked over there and drew Mahrez's wife. He couldn't drew nothing. She looked at him and thought, you know, you're broke. I'm staying where I am. Thanks. Up your game. Yeah? And in fact, I heard from people, good sources, that when Wilder, even though Wilder was begging it hard off of Rita, I heard that at the end of the conversation, she said, "Oh, don't suppose you got AJ's number by any chance?" And that's the final nail in the coffin. Wilder stormed off in a big paddy, and all of his man, 20 of his sweaty man, went and chased after him like, "No, Deontay, don't run off, Deontay. It's not your fault you're not known, Deontay. Please, Deontay. Deontay." That's what it was like. You can see we heard the recording there. Got some leaked audio footage. TMZ caught him running out of the restaurant in a hump. Because essentially Wilder spent all this time gaming her, thinking, oh, my game's solid, yeah. I knew I was known in the UK. Spent all this energy putting the game on, and all she had to say at the end of the conversation after all that game, all she had to say was, "Have you got AJ's number? One of them ones there." That's what happened. Swear down. He got muggied, and that's why. Do you remember when Wilder cancelled his trip early? That's why he cancelled it early. He thought, you know what, I'm out of here. I'm going back to Alabama where all the loose ghetto things are, because I can draw them. That's the only place Wilder has game. Wilder has game is in the trap. Yeah, he can draw all them trappy hoes. That's the only hoes he can trap. He can draw the trappy things. Yeah, the cracky things. Them ones there. 1,000,000%. Yeah. That's what he does. "Oh man, I'm from Alabama." And all the trap hoes are like, "Oh, hey Deontay, yeah, if y'all got some money, I gotta get some rocks." That's what they're like. No word of a lie.